Lesson 66, we're going to be multiplying mixed numbers. The length of fabric was cut into 4 equal sections. Each of 4 students received 2 2/3 yards of fabric. How much fabric was there before it was cut? So we're going to take our 2 2/3, we're going to multiply that by the 4 sections that there are. Now, before we do this multiplication, we need to turn our numbers into improper fractions. So remember, take the bottom times the whole number, so 3 times 2 is 6. Add the top number, we get 8. The bottom number stays the same. For 4, remember that 4 is 4 over 1. Now we can just multiply with 32 thirds. 32 divided by 3. Okay, so now don't forget, I need to put the 0 here because 3 can't go into 2. I can't just leave it as it is. I have to put a 0 here to hold that place value because I have to get to where that decimal point is, which is right there. Okay, so I got 0. Now I can make this a fraction. Since we started in fractions, I take the remainder over divisor. Okay. So I have 10 2/3, my label is yards because that's what I started with. So we're multiplying our mixed numbers. We're just going to turn them into improper fractions and then multiply and put them back into a mixed number. So if I multiply these, I'm going to take 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5, leave the bottom number the same. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4, leave the bottom number the same. So then I get 26. And then I know I can reduce that because both are divisible by 2. I get 10 thirds. 10 divided by 3. I get 3 1/3. Okay, don't forget if I wanted to reduce before I multiply, 2 goes in here once, 2 goes in here twice, and that would have given me that 10 thirds. Now remember how important it is to check your work. By checking your work, I mean you can check to see if your answer is reasonable. One good way to do this when working with problems where you're multiplying fractions with mixed numbers is to find the product of the factors in the mixed number. So here's 3 different ways you can do this. First way, round one or both of the factors to the nearest whole number, then multiply and compare the estimated answer you got to the exact answer. For example, 2 1/2 times 1 1/3. You'd round 2 1/2 to 3 because 1/2 is closer to 3 than 2. And round 1 1/3 to 1 because it's closer to 1. Now multiply together, 3 times 1 is 3. Is this a reasonable answer to the exact answer you got for example 2? Well, we had 3 1/3, so yeah, it is. 3 is fairly close to that 3 1/3. Second way, use estimation to round each factor down and multiply, then round both factors up and multiply. That will give you the range in which the exact answer must be found, so it'll have to be somewhere in between there. So if we use example 2 again, we have 2 1/2 times 1 1/3. You round the factor 2 to 3 and the other factor 1 to 2, so 3 times 2 is 6. Now we round down to 2 and to 1, we get 2. So our answer must be somewhere between 6 and 2. Our answer is 3 1/3, right in between 6 and 2. Third way, let the mixed numbers represent the length and width of a rectangle. Then use the grid to estimate the area of the rectangle as shown in the grid below, using the numbers from example 2. Okay. So I got 2 1/2 is right here, 1 1/3. So I have 2 full boxes. Looks like I have a couple of thirds there, so I get around 3. Area is going to be about 3, and that's about what our answer was. So I just want to go through a couple ways for you to be able to check your answers. So remember, when we're multiplying mixed numbers, change them into improper fractions, then multiply, turn them back into mixed numbers. And we can go ahead and do the practice set. You can skip J and K. We just do A through I. Remember, if you have questions, bring them to class so we can go through them.